Namaste, my friends. My name is Daryl, and welcome to Safe Living. In this episode, we're going to talk about why I personally would never use suction cup grab bars. So let's get going. In this video, we're going to cover the objective, the test wall setup, suction cup grab bars that we tested, the manufacturer's instructions, the video of the testing, the manufacturer's warnings, what are non-porous surfaces, and then just really give a summary of everything we've learned, and then we'll go over some future work as well. The objective of this video is to determine the downward force that's required to break the suction cup seal on the tile, which could result in a fall and an injury. The test wall setup you've seen this before in my other videos. We used a 5x5 glossy porcelain tile. We're using the Amada force gauge. This is an 1,100 pound force meter connected to my scissor jack, which creates the downward pressure and allows us to quantify the information that we're going to go over today. The suction cup grab bar that we tested, this is the Safer Grip handle, they refer to it on the box in the description. The Amazon product description is the Safer Grip Changing Lifestyle Suction Cup Grab Bar for Baths and Showers. It's a long title. This is the 16-inch model, and this QR code here will take you to the site for more information. When we look at the manufacturer's instructions, they're really quite simple. One of the first things they want you to do is position your grab bar with the handles with these knobs up, whether it's tile, shower, or on the wall. Next thing I want you to do is to apply pressure again, so you're compressing the suction cups. And then what you're doing is flipping these latches down, and we'll demonstrate this in a video as well. They want you to make sure that you attach it to a smooth, dry, non-porous surface only. And if installed on tile, the tile must be 4 inches by 4 inches or greater. And again, we used a 5x5. They do not want you to install the grab bars on any grout lines, and it's not to be used on any painted surfaces like drywall. Here we position the grab bar with the knobs up, push firmly, push the knobs in to lock it. Here, what we're going to do is try to apply pressure across, but we know once we start pushing in a downward motion at 70 pounds, that's popping right off. So here, grout line, you don't want to be on the grout line. We're going to lock this into the place, and you can see this won't even attach, and then pop, it comes right off. This video here, we're trying to apply the pressure down, and we're sliding, and then once you put the force down at 70 pounds, poop, off it goes, and I lose my balance. In this video here, we're trying to quantify it, but at 38 pounds, it starts to slide downwards. We're going to apply more pressure. And this is a time-lapse video where it's going quicker. But once it hits the grout line at 70 pounds, it disconnects it. Catastrophe. The manufacturer has some cautions, and this is one important notes that they make. They want you to check the handle regularly to ensure that it's still firmly attached to the wall. If it can be moved or feels at all loose, they want you to flip up the latches, reinstall it per the instructions that we went over previously. This manufacturer does a really good job outlining the cautions. They say Safer Grip is to be used as a balance assist only. It's not for body weight leverage. Body weight is not to be applied to this product. If device is required to bear any body weight or used for leverage, it is recommended that a traditional permanently mounted grab bar be installed. So I have to give this manufacturer a lot of credit for putting all these cautions on here. To be honest with you, I don't believe that people really read these. They see this as an option out there. And if you look at a lot of the YouTube videos, there's not many that really caution you about not using this for body weight. Why else would you put it on the wall, right? If you're going to be applying your weight or you're going to be holding on to something, your weight is weight. So we'll get into all that as we go over this. They want you to check the attachment before each use and reattach if loose. The one thing that I wanted to talk about is, what does non-porous mean anyway? And when you look at non-porous, the definition, this is from Webster, it says of substance not allowing liquid or gas to pass through it, not porous. So here's a picture of a piece of glass with water beading on top. If we measured the porosity of glass, we know glass is probably not going to have much gas or water going through it. But with tile, if you have a suction cup sticking to a tile that's porous and you're able to extract gas or water, that's actually going to loosen the seal up, which is going to really create the problem and disconnect the seal of the suction cup from the surface. So, but the problem is, how do you know what's porous and what's not porous? So when we look at most older homes in the United States, most of the older homes are 4x4-inch tiles and they're glossy porcelain. So what they typically have is a nice glossy finish sealed over the surface, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's smooth. But my concern with these grab bars is not understanding what porous and non-porous is. If you go out into the large tile stores today and you look at the wide varieties of tile that they offer, you're not seeing much glossy porcelain 4x4 tiles anymore. Even the tiles that I used for this demonstration were 5x5, and that was the only glossy square tile of that size that I could even find in the store. So the problem is when we look at these new tiles that are coming out, there's a lot of different surfaces. And when you look at this image here, so this is the tile that I have taken a picture of, but when I superimposed it 200 times with a microscope, this is the actual surface. And if you look at the surface, these are actually almost like sand beads. So not that it's completely smooth. It feels smooth to the touch, but once you magnify it, it doesn't. And if your suction cup is sitting on this, eventually the air is going to leak under these little dots, these micro bumps that are on the tile, and air will leak in and the suction cup will actually release. For me, it's very difficult for anybody to understand what is porous and not porous. So to summarize our test based on our current test conditions, I just wanted to go over a couple things. This QR code here is going to take you to the Center of Disease Control. And what they had come up with is they suggest that the average weight of a man in the U.S. is about 200 pounds. And the average weight of a woman is about 170 pounds. So when we did our testing, we saw that the handle started to slide down the wall at 38 pounds of force. Once the suction cup reached the grout line, that suction cup lost its seal when about 68 to 70 pounds of pressure were applied to that handle. This manufacturer clearly states that these handles are not intended to hold anyone's body weight. So I really question why anybody would ever put these in their bathroom in hazardous areas where there's water and high slip areas, knowing that it's not going to hold weight more than 68 pounds based on this test. So I really believe it's just giving you this false sense of security and doesn't provide you a lot of value. It might just lightly hold you up in place when you get in and get out. If you actually apply the pressure more than 70 pounds based on these results, there's a good chance you're going to fall and get hurt. I highly recommend not using these. And I personally won't be using these in my house as well. So we're going to be doing a future video, and really what it's going to do is we're going to look at different types of wall tiles with different porosities, and we're going to use the microscope to take a look at each of the surface. Then we're going to test different suction cup grab bars to determine what the hold strength is going to be on each tile surface. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching our videos. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Thank you.